Edge at 11 starts now.
Tonight on The Edge, we're tracking some wet weather moving into the area.
That's right. It's going to be a rainy morning commute. Rich Luderman has a look at our forecast. Rich.
Rupe and Taryn, yeah, here's the rainmaker we're watching down over Kansas, Missouri, parts of Arkansas, moving into St. Louis and southern Illinois. All wet weather streaming in our direction. It's dry out there right now, but the rain will arrive just around daybreak, so get ready for a wet drive. In fact, tomorrow is going to be wet on and off just about all day. St. Louis Airport right now, it's wet there at 47. We did see sunshine today, and with that, temperatures in the lower 50s for a lot of us. Check out the temperature swing from the last 24 hours. We're up almost 20 degrees, so it is cool out there, but it could be a whole lot colder like we had a couple days ago when we had temperatures stuck in the 20s. Right now, 54 the high. So far, the low early this morning, 27. You can see the numbers for most of us in the mid-40s right now. Temperatures will fall a bit later on tonight, but they're going to stay far enough warm so that we'll be seeing wet weather. We're not worried about icing, and we're certainly not worried about snow tomorrow, although there could be a few wet flakes up along Interstate 69. I'll show you this next storm. Here it is, and then there it goes. So tomorrow's a wet day. Even Friday night, a few showers. How about some more wet weather on Sunday? You'll see it all in the 7-day forecast. So clouds thicken, showers come in just around daybreak, perhaps a little before. 38 is the overnight low. Tomorrow, 41. That's it. It's going to be a damp day with that light mix possible along Interstate 69, and then right there, more wet weather on Sunday. So next week is cool, but not terribly cold, Roop. We'll check it again at 4 a.m.
Rich, we'll talk to you then. Thank you. A woman is wanted for a violent road rage incident on I-96 on the express lanes this evening. We're told the suspect and victim first ran into each other prior to getting on the freeway. Once in westbound I-96 Express, the suspect reportedly rear-ended the victim's white pickup truck near the Southfield Freeway. The victim pulled over, and that's when we're told the suspect pulled over too, got out of her car, and then stabbed the female driver in the arm, according to police. Other drivers called 911 to report the assault. The suspect is described as a woman who is driving a light blue or light green Nissan or Toyota. She is still on the run tonight. The victim was taken to the hospital for treatment. Also tonight, air fryers are arguably one of the most popular kitchen appliances on the market, but a Sterling Heights man has learned the hard way they can be really dangerous too.
Yeah, he spent several days in the hospital after things went terribly wrong while trying to air fry some chicken wings. Fox 2's Jessica Gutnack joins us live with that story. And Jessica, tell us what happened.
Taryn and Rube, we are talking about an air fryer, a regular air fryer that a lot of us have in our kitchen catching on fire. Now, first of all, we talked with some local firefighters tonight. This does not happen often, but specifically with air fryers, there is that danger involved. Now, the Sterling Heights man you mentioned, he's actually a baker. The other day, he was making some chicken wings with his wife, stepped away from the air fryer for just a couple of minutes, but when they came back, total chaos.
Because of the air fryer, I was almost lost my life.
Sounds crazy, but really, it's true.
I was inhaling all the small chemical burn inside my lungs.
That landed Lou Asic in the intensive care burn unit at Detroit Medical Center for 5 days.
Like 60% I can breathe. Okay, if I walk, I get tired, more tired.
He's back to work as a baker at his family's bakery, Sweet and Sweeter in Sterling Heights. The Sunday before Thanksgiving, his wife was making chicken wings in their air fryer, like usual.
She went inside to make more stuff, and then she went back again just to flip the chicken upside down, and she went in.
He says within just 4 minutes, the unattended air fryer erupted in flames. It's unclear if it was a manufacturer issue or what.
There's only smoke. I cannot see from not even 1 foot. It's all dark, small gray.
Lue used a fire extinguisher to keep it from getting to other accelerants in his garage. Then firefighters got there with the real equipment and put it out. But the damage to his lungs was done from the chemicals.
I cannot talk. I just cough and cough, cough, cough.
In the ICU for 5 days, and his lungs could be permanently damaged. He's trying to get back to normal. He's usually a prankster, like here on TikTok, posting for his 88,000 followers with millions of views.
This one?
No, the other one.
His latest TikTok video, though, no laughing matter. A warning for everyone about using air fryers.
Do not trust it. Look, do
will not trust them.
Couple of tips for air fryers. Unplug when you're not using, and that's the time to clean it out. Do it often. When you are frying, make sure you give the vent space and supervise. He says if it can happen to a trained professional, it can happen to you.
I don't care if it's $100,000 your machine costs or it's a $1. Stay by the air fryer.
Uwe says that he's doing about 60% better, but he could be having serious problems into the future. He's got some more doctor's appointments lined up. Now, he is talking with the manufacturer of the air fryer to see if it was a product error or something else. Reporting live, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
Jessica, that is good to know because so many of us have now found the convenience of the air fryer and maybe use it daily. I know that we do. So it's really good advice that no matter what, you really do need to stay away if something like that does happen.
Yeah, for sure. And the biggest thing he said, the nice thing about an air fryer, you could put it in and go, do laundry or something else. He said, just keep an eye on it. Do one thing at a time. Slow your roll, especially around the holidays.
We can all definitely learn from that. Thanks, Jessica.
Well, good advice. Well, we're learning new information tonight about the missing man who was found dead inside an air duct at Macomb Community College.
As Fox 2's Camila Mary reports, it appears Jason Thompson made a deadly decision while trying to hide from police.
Police say that Jason Thompson traversed his way through many tunnels and eventually got to an area where he dove head first into an air duct, and that is where his body was discovered.
In my 30-plus years, I'm very surprised at where we found him, yes.
Jason Thompson found deceased Sunday inside an air duct system on the campus of Macomb Community College. Thursday night, campus police revealing a timeline of the events leading up to the discovery of Thompson's body. His family contacted Sterling Heights Police on November 1st. They reported him as a voluntarily missing person. Days later, more information came to light. Thompson had contacted his girlfriend on October 25th or 26th.
And during those communications, he had communicated that he was running from the police in his attempts to evade arrest, that he was hiding somewhere on center campus on a roof of a building and may have hidden inside of a ventilation area.
While he did have outstanding warrants, authorities say there is no evidence he was being actively pursued. On November 7th, Macomb Community College police searched rooftops of buildings, focusing their efforts on the Macomb Center for the Performing Arts because of its extensive ventilation system. But they didn't find anything or anyone. That is until weeks later on November 26th, when a foul odor was detected and Thompson's remains were found in an extensive search of the air duct system.
It's very unfortunate. I feel terrible for his family. I feel terrible for his friends. In doing this for quite a long time and doing a lot of investigations, the position that he was found in and the condition that we found him in, unfortunately, I don't think someone could survive that for very long. I think it would be a very short period of time.
It's unclear how Thompson got on the roof, and as far as getting into the ventilation system,
there is a very thin, as you can imagine, like a metal meshing that is fastened to the roof. So he was able to bend that outward so he can squeeze underneath it. And once you're in, there's no way to turn around. No way to turn around. And there's a point where he's traversed enough of its space in the way that it moves. I don't think you could back up.
and police say that area where he was found, just such a tight space, no way to move his hands or move his feet, and they say they likely that he didn't suffer for very long before he passed. Meanwhile, a GoFundMe has been set up for his children. We'll be putting a link on our website, fox2detroit.com. In Clinton Township, Camila Mary on The Edge.
It's hard to even imagine. Thanks, Camille. Well, a solemn anniversary today as we remember the victims of the Oxford High School massacre.
It was 2 years ago that Tate Meir, Madison Baldwin, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling lost their lives when a classmate set out on a shooting spree. Several others were hurt. School was canceled today to allow the community to mourn together. Several Oxford businesses sought ways to honor the victims as well. Justin used to bowl at Collier Lanes, and today they offered free games.
I'm, emotional. One of the bowlers obviously was a friend of mine, and the long and short of it is, to honor him, we're going to get through it, and we're going to, make sure everybody has as good a day as possible.
And when a tragedy like that happened, the whole town was shattered, and I think it still is, and it's slowly trying to come back together.
We're thinking of all of you in Oxford tonight. Sentencing for the shooter, by the way, does begin next Friday. Well, another exchange of hostages and prisoners between Israel and Hamas.
It comes under a last-minute agreement to extend a ceasefire. And now in its 8th day, any more agreements to a ceasefire could prove challenging, as Hamas is expected to set a higher price for the release of more hostages. Meanwhile, Hamas gunmen opened fire in Jerusalem this morning, killing 3 people at a bus stop. The 2 attackers were later killed by police.
We obviously condemn this terrorist attack, this heinous violence. Just another example of the kind of threat that the Israeli people and the Israeli nation are under by Hamas.
Once the current ceasefire ends, Israel has vowed to resume the fighting with the target of dismantling Hamas. Well, also tonight, a 6-week strike by the UAW, as you know, is over.
But the damage has been done, and we're learning more tonight about its extensive impact. Today, Ford announced the strike cost the company $1.7 billion in profits and cut its sales by about 100,000 vehicles. The main impact came to Ford's production of trucks and SUVs. Auto analyst John McElroy says all of this might raise the price of a new vehicle.
Ideally, you just raise the prices of your cars, but you got to compete in the marketplace. And what if your non-union competitors do not raise their prices? You're not going to be able to raise your prices and stay competitive.
In addition, General Motors lost an estimated $1.1 billion in profits. McElroy says we should learn Stellantis' numbers sometime in January.